baby. Keemstar's not supporting us anymore. I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to put your chubby ass up for adoption. Did you hear me?
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence, devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist, fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne, running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, tired of niggas playing me.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Shop Dead. You know why it's called Dead? Because I'm about to bury bitches in Buffalo. That's why it's called Dead. Listen, but by the way, this is going to be a fundraiser. I can't feed my family. And I'm going to need your help. Look, here's the thing. Look, Keem, I made a comment yesterday that, and I'm going to do this. I don't care when it comes out, and I guess the situation's going to have to finish before I start writing. But here's the plan. I'm going to talk about my 6-month rise from 1,000 subs to be approached by Keemstar, Colossal's Crazy, and making one of the most popular, thus far, the most popular YouTube podcast in history. We broke records. We did things that no one expected, and I have every right to write about that. Now, Keemstar kind of played off that I was going to make an exposed video about him. I'm not. This is not going to be a 10-minute thing. I've been inspired by Colossal's Crazy, and I plan to do this, and I guess it's not quite over yet. And it's a vegan say, thanks, Mabron. Thank you for the interview. You're welcome, Mabron.
Food money coming in already.
You know what? It's funny. You know what I did? Because he's such a fucking egomaniac, I did about as many interviews as I could. Because I know he's going to watch them all. And his head's going to fucking explode. And you're right, bitches. I'm doing it on purpose. I'm doing it 150% on purpose. I am not I'm not a Christian. I don't turn the other cheek. I'm pretty much a fucking prick when you backstab me and my friends. And I'll get you back. And that's what we're doing right here today.
You love to fight.
I love to fight, and I've basically taken Keemstar before. You can check one of my old videos, and I don't mind doing it. Chris, thank you very much. I need fun. Thank you. I need money to feed my family. And here's another thing. For the people who thought, and I watched the chat as soon as I uploaded this link or put the link up there. For the people, like somebody told me, he's like, you're gonna lose a lot of subs for this headline here. That I need food. I was like, you know what? If people really think that I'm fucking begging for food and stuff like that, I don't know if I need them to be subbed, because I want to be able to do, I don't know, jokes on this channel. That's the big plan.
Keep in mind, some of these people might be the same people that thought Dave actually died the other day.
Save somebody. So, yeah, it's the same thing. I want to be able to do jokes. If you really think I'm begging for food, how come Keemstar has been unable to produce me begging for donations? You know why? It doesn't exist. Anybody who listens to the show regularly. Is Grade here again? No,
I don't see him.
I don't care about Grade today. He's not really a part of this whatsoever. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off with Keemstar's Twitter's videos, and we're going to give him constructive criticism. That's the big plan.
Criticism.
Yeah, rest in peace, Dave. Dave's dead. Tommy's a bum. Yeah, maybe you're right. I never said I was a good person. And by the way, I'm willing to sell my baby.
You're an honest person.
I'm honestly an asshole. Maybe that's the one thing. I'm not the most wonderful human being on the planet. I never claimed to be. Anybody who listens to the show on the daily doesn't claim to be. And that's what the difference, I think the major difference between me and Keemstar is. I'm not running around worrying about people saying hashtag good guy Keem or good guy Tommy C, because I don't care. I don't give a shit. I only give a shit if you're fucking laughing. Keem wants to be loved, and he wants to laugh at you, and he wants to be a complete piece of shit, and he wants to hold everybody to a code and not follow it. It's typical shit. Guess what? I'm a prick. You don't like it? Upper right-hand corner, click. And that's pretty much the way it works. All right, we're going to watch Keem's... and I'm hearing... I haven't seen this. I'll be honest with you. I heard this bitch is crying in the chat. Big Tough Keemstar crying in his own stream. Oh, it was so funny last night. He was so funny last night. He was working so hard in his stream to get me hate. And he could... for a guy with 1 million subs, 1 million Twitter followers... it went from, I guess, a 90-10 in my favor when he said I was crying poor mouth, and now it's about 50-50. But then when he fucking started crying...
He's got a much bigger reach than you, though.
Yeah. Well, it's like a lot of people say, well, if he says narrative, that's the narrative. No, it's not. I don't care if people come in here and think that I'm begging for food. They couldn't produce a video that I wasn't. That was begging for food or donations or anything like that. I don't do anything. Keem's a fucking millionaire and he streams for fucking donations. What the fuck? Or at least he says he is. I don't believe it. Here he is. Poor Keem.
I just got a bunch of tweets from someone saying, hey, did you know Tommy's making an exposed video on you? So I went over to...
And keep in mind, if you go in my timeline, I specifically said that I'm going to make a video about my time with Baited and Keem, not an exposed video. So, lie number one.
Tommy's Twitter, and I started reading through the tweets and...
Whoa. $50. Enjoy. Shout out to Beavers Eat Wood. Yeah, shout out to Beavers Eat Wood. Thank you. I do appreciate that. It's a lot of money. So, all right.
That might buy 2 meals.
Going back. So he says, let's start over again.
I just got a bunch of tweets from someone saying, hey, did you know Tommy's making an exposed video on you?
So first lie. I didn't put it on, and here's how you know it's a lie. He said he read it.
So I went over to Tommy's Twitter, and I started reading through the tweets, and
no,
he was basically saying something along the lines that he's making a video on Keemstar, and he's going to tell the true story or whatever. But it's just like, dude, the reason why I really don't like Tommy, and I haven't liked Tommy for months, is because I don't trust him. I don't trust this fucking guy, dude. Like, I gave this dude $500 before the podcast even started because he had no money.
And he was on his stream saying he supported my family. That's not enough money.
And there was a delay on the podcast.
A college payment for me.
At that time, it was in the mix of all the drama, and I needed to take a break from the internet. So he was depending on Baited to get paid, which was ridiculous because it wasn't a paid job, but he thought it was.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say you gave me a career? That's probably a pretty good reason.
I think
it's a pretty good fucking reason that I took it as a job.
So I just gave him $500 just for the sake of like him not being able to pay for bills, and
that was never the case. You will never find a video of saying that I needed this or I couldn't pay bills, and Keem knows that, and here's why. My wife is an accountant. I've never cried poor mouth once. She's an accountant. I don't know if he knows that or not, but I wouldn't have been able to afford this place with the total money that I've made from Baited. If you count the $500 that he gave me over a 2-month period, right, which Colossal asked him to give me. It wasn't from the goodness of his heart. Colossally asked him. And the $2,000 check I got from Baited, I've made it $4,000 in 6 months. Now, I've started paying the bills as of October with the revenue that I'm getting on this channel, but that's just not true. So let's lie number 2.
Worried about him or whatever.
You weren't worried about him. Clown told me he guilted you into it, and that was great because I got the $500 and I was able to show because I'm telling her about Keemstar and Colossal's crazy and
show that
they should. It showed my wife that I should be able to spend a bulk of my time on this because it's going to have a big payoff, which by the way it has. There's no doubt about it. But he didn't do it from the kindness of his heart. And at the time, I did believe it until, me and Colossal are really starting to hash everything out because, he wasn't going to tell me everything Keem was saying behind my back.
I shouted him out. We shouted him out on Baited. Baited blew up. He grew all these subs. Like, I did a lot for this guy. And even though in the very beginning, I was doing all this stuff for him, bought him $500 mic, gave him money. 2 times I gave him money. It wasn't just the $500. Another time I just gave him money.
That was the second time. What happened was he gave it to me in April and May. I can show those transcripts that they were $500. And the reason he gave me the second one, right, was to show, the reason he gave me the second one, and like I said, this is Clown, working him over, is because that we couldn't do Baited. We were afraid to start Baited in May because of the hate squad he was getting. This was not out of the goodness of the heart.
The whole Leafy and Gray thing was going on.
And you could also
he wasn't looking too good.
Yeah, you can also see the beginnings of the forming of the Baited podcast being the narrative for Keemstar.
He couldn't pay his bills at that time. This is at the very beginning of the podcast. After I was doing all this stuff for him, he asked me for a shout out on Drama Alert. And right then and there, I was like, holy shit, this is one ungrateful motherfucker.
Not true. And Colossal's crazy can track me of this. He told me that he would shout me out on his the channel, my Pacific channel, which he never did. He shot me out on his timeline, right?
On his time.
So, here's what happened. He got mad at me when I asked him for it. First time I asked him for him, he said, please ask ask me when the podcast starts, then I'll shut you out. They're like, oh, okay. All right. No problem. So I got the balls up about, 3-4 episodes in, right? Clown can back me up on this, 100%. And I asked him about the channel shout out on the timeline. I didn't need one on Drama Alert. And to that point, I already got one at Drama Alert when he announced the podcast. He mentioned, I'm going to do it with some smaller YouTubers, Tommy C and Colossal's Crazy. So I had my YouTube. I had my shout out. There's your shout out, man. I got it. So I wanted it on the timeline so I could boast my subs because I wasn't doing the 1,000 a day until September. Actually, until I got in a fight with Grade. That's when things really took off for me, right? Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't mean I'm sitting there saying that Keemstar had nothing to do with what happened to me. No, he had everything to do with it. Check my old videos if you want to watch my old podcasts, right? If you want to play my old podcasts, that would be the case. That is the case. There's no doubt about it. But the narrative that he did it with the kind of his heart and I was constantly pestering him just simply isn't true.
Like, I did all this stuff for him. I put this guy on this podcast, and now he's asking for a shout-out. So I haven't trusted him ever since. And I've noticed that, he'll suck whoever's dick he possibly can if it'll get him ahead. And he'll talk shit about whoever he can if that'll get him ahead. His opinions are based on how many views they'll get him, not based on genuine, real opinions.
That's why I do shows called Love Phones and reading comments and stuff like that. Yes. If I wanted to title every fucking one of my videos, which admittedly do better, about drama or you or clown, I believe me, I would have done it a long time ago. You could just shop from the point dead. Sometimes we have about 300 people in here and we read old comments and laugh.
And I wanted to get rid of him, and I've talked to Clown privately. I'm like, dude, this guy's not good. Like,
according to Clown, he told me that he wanted to get rid of me almost at every fucking turn. At every fucking turn. Every turn. He'd been trying. I didn't lose his trust and he wanted to get rid of me. He couldn't wait to get rid of me. If anything, I'm glad Beta Podcast is a way to reach your channel. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that, Dustin.
And Clown made some fucking stupid pact with him that if Tommy leaves, he's going to leave. So if you want to know why the Beta Podcast ended, because I didn't want Tommy on the podcast and Clown was going to go if Tommy went. So that's the real reason.
Well, here's the thing about that. Here's the thing. This is the third real reason. The first time is because he couldn't trust Clown because he wanted to hold out for $5,000. Then it was because Clown stabbed him in the back and was going to make a video about him. Then it was because he didn't tell him about a video Leafy was going to make back in January, even though they weren't friends. And now, what a shock! It's all my fault. It's all my fault. It was me all along, and Clown made a stupid pact.
Somebody else has got to take the blame. It can't be.
Yeah. No. It was you. You wanted to end the podcast, and you did absolutely everything you could.
Can't just walk away.
You couldn't just walk away because you knew you get heat. And let me tell you something. This is the episodes we scrapped. Right, the ones that we fully scrapped. Some were for bad recording. It sounded shitty. I forgot to turn something on. Keem forgot to turn something on. Okay, all right. We're episodes where you got your face fucking owned, including the last one.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How many episodes did you want to have pulled?
0.
How many did Colossal want to have pulled?
1 that I remember.
How many did Keem want to have pulled?
Well, Colossal wanted 2, but he only agreed. He changed his mind. He changed his mind on 1.
How many did Keem want to have pulled?
I think anywhere between 7 and 8.
And can Colossal back you up on that?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. So it was basically all about you, pretty. And by the way, ask me how many people I blocked yesterday.
Goose egg.
0.
Well, I just answered it.
0. 0. None. Zip. This bitch has been blocking anybody and gone in there. And because people watch my podcast on Shot from the Point Dead and Shot from the Point Live, and they know all this is bullshit. All you have to do is watch it. Last week he was telling people I was begging for money. This isn't the case. I barely ever ask for donations. I just have the thing that says, if you'd like to donate, go ahead.
So basically, a follow-up to the last video that I posted. When Clown came to me wanting equal shares, it was like, to me, it was like, God damn, I'm doing so much for these guys.
Wait a minute. Weren't you on my podcast saying that you took it wrong? And then you went right to Twitter? Because we already resolved this. Clown came to you and said he wanted to do a podcast about equal shares. And then you lied to me. and told me that Clown was holding out for more money. And you were begging me to say, will you keep your original agreement? Will you keep your 20%? I said, absolutely. If it means keeping my fucking job, 20% is better than zero, but I do want to hear from Clown first. So we know there was no demand for equal shares. There was no demand for a raise. He was panicked. He was either this was a way that he's getting away from the podcast, or he's panicked that he might have to take a pay cut, right? Which, by the way, I told him, and I told the public, Keem never should have had to take a pay cut from Beta. That is completely ridiculous.
I'm pushing my audience and my fans that I built up to them. Like, it's growing their channels, it's getting them views, and they're getting paid. They're getting paid a lot of money from Beta. Like,
I got $2,000.
Why
that for the last 6 months? That's the truth. I'm not
That's
complaining about. I'm not complaining about that.
It's for me.
I'm not complaining about that. And what he said was 100% true. The stuff's coming our way, right? And it's a job now. I definitely have enough money as long as it does. My wife's more than happy. It has a lot to do with him.
Your family depends on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't. No, my family.
Well, not depends on it.
If it depends on it, I couldn't have moved. Nobody depends on. My wife's an accountant. She married me when I was married me when I was about to quit my job. I was like, I'm gonna quit my job and get married so I can get my health care on the German economy. That's why I got. So she knew. We've been married 2 years. So I was out of a job for almost 2 years.
Don't they?
That's true love right there, people.
Yeah, that she supported me. She supported me, and hopefully I get a job. And all she ever said is, you get a menial job and come to work and bring as much as you can to the family. I don't expect you to make big money. You live in Germany, and you don't speak the language that well. There's at this point in your life, at middle age, you can't expect it. But if you go anywhere, right? And I said before, I will work at McDonald's. I've become unpopular. I'll go to McDonald's. I don't care. You guys can take pictures of me and put it on the internet. I don't give a fuck. I wasn't kidding, Keemstar.
It's like, why? Like, for me, it was like, I feel like they just don't appreciate what I'm doing. Like, obviously, we were all putting our energy and our talents towards the podcast, but I was doing like all the promotion. I was doing all the.
You have the biggest audience.
Pushing it. And I know Tommy promoted the podcast as well, but I mean, Tommy had 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, now we're going after Clown. So now we're going to take a shot at Clown.
His fans that he has now basically came from Beta. Not all of them, but most of them.
I would say about 90% of them.
I don't know. I just felt like 99. They didn't appreciate me at all.
And by the way, the last podcast is like, look, Keem, I appreciate you. Here's my example. I appreciate you. Here's my example. Hey, Keem, if you want to fucking walk, you fucking bitch. And you know what? How about this? I'll ask Colossal's permission. I'll play my side of the tape. I can't play his time tomorrow. I don't have it queued now. And I will show you the last minute of the last Baited podcast because it's just me. Walk. And he said he did. And then he went on and said Baited was over. Then I went on and did my podcast. Sorry, everybody. No hard feelings to Colossal's Crazy and Keemstar. I'm done. That's the truth. That's the timeline.
And I felt like I couldn't trust them anymore.
I know.
And when that podcast came out where Clown knew this whole fucking time that Leafy was plotting to make videos on me when me and Leafy are friends, and he sat there for I don't know how many fucking podcasts defending Leafy, even though he knew Leafy was trying to backstab me this whole time.
Wait a minute. Of course he knew you were trying to backstab him the whole fucking time. Because we were all in chats together, and you told me that Great A Under A and Leafy's here, we're going to make a video, and you were begging them not to do it. And Clown was begging them too. What he's talking about is apparently it was happening in Leafy was looking into it in January. And apparently he had some kind of fucking obligation on the issue with Keemstar now is the time. Well, they weren't friends in January. Well, he should have told him he was doing it back in January. It doesn't matter. They were looking to do it. And here's the best part. Leafy didn't call you a pedophile. He dropped it. Here's a quote from Leafy. He called me. By the way, he did call me yesterday. And I said, what? You came in to tell me I told you so, you dumb motherfucker? And he fucking started giggling. But this is oh fuck, what the fuck does Leafy say? I forgot what he said, but he started laughing when he said that. Fuck, now it slipped my mind. I'll have to go back and listen.
Slow down. Yeah. Like Dave said the other day, I don't know if you realize you don't breathe. Just
all right.
It was just to the point where it's like, I can't work with these people. Like, I can't trust them.
Yeah, this is the thing. I can't trust him. This is the whole fucking last episode of the Beta podcast where he gets fucked up. He knows Clown's a good guy and not going to release it, which I disagree with. But it destroys this narrative completely.
I can't work with these people anymore.
Yes. So you tried to say Clown was holding out. When you couldn't do that, you said he was trying to fuck you over, which has been debunked.
And now they're trying to spin it, and they're trying to say that I backstabbed them, and that I'm a snake, and that I attacked Clown.
Not Keemstar.
What everything that I thought about both of them, to me thinking like I can't trust these guys, was proven to be true when Tommy did that podcast right after the show ended, when he was doing that stream, fucking, just calling me a snake and everything else. It was just.
I didn't do right after he ended the show. I said, which is the first one, saying goodbye to the baited podcast. The first time, what he's talking about. I said, good, thank you so much. It's out of the thing. The only time I don't think I called him a snake once. Maybe yesterday I did, but I don't think I could call him a snake once. What I did is he came into my chat and said, Tommy, stop begging for money, please. I don't think that's a good idea. And I fucking told him off live on the air. And said our relationship is going to change.
Smash.
Our relationship is going to fucking change. Yes, the headphone smash. Dramatically. And it did. I wasn't kidding.
Proved that they couldn't be trusted and that they were ungrateful. And that's why the shit ended.
But this is also the third time you've retold this story.
Moving forward, I didn't think I was going to talk about why beta ended, but
well, everybody thinks you fucking ended it because you did.
Yeah, and
you're trying so hard.
The blame's coming to him. He's got to deflect it.
This is all this is about. It's all beta was about in the fucking beginning. And the reason I could stick up for him is because they were trying to fuck him over. They were trying to fuck him over.
Pushing a false narrative.
There's no doubt.
It was wrong.
So he did the same thing. He pushed a false narrative. We were willing to work, but he just repeated himself over and fucking over again. The last part, I'm not respecting him. What is going to take to get you respected? He never answered that. Ever. Because he was trying to get out of it. Because he knew. I could stick up for him morally with the Keemstar or the grade A Leafy stuff. I can't stick up for him morally on fucking, if he's calling Zoe Berger a pedophile. That turned out to be a work. But I can't do it morally. And he knew that. And he knew the Clown was never going to fucking bend. And I think he was getting the feeling that I'd had enough too.
I think the first episode with Anything for Views and Andy Milonakis, I think I'm just going to go into detail. I mean, with what happened.
You're going to play victim like you did. Almost come to tears. Bring it, bitch. Let's go to fucking war. I love this shit. I fucking love it. You do. And here's the best part, Keemstar. We don't even have to go back at you because I can go back at you every fucking day. 5 days a week. That's when I broadcast. 5 days a week, that's when I stream every fucking day because I love this shit. I don't give a shit. I don't have to go on and beg and say, nice guy Tommy, look at me. Guess what? Because I don't care. I don't care if you talk about my fucking family. It doesn't bother me. It's just a bunch of words. And after all, it's coming from scumbag Keemstar. That's who it's coming from. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. It doesn't even damage me all that once. If anybody has ever listened to this program, all right, it's not for nice guys. Never has been. I guess drama alerts for nice guys, but not this show. It never been. I've never faked it. I've never begged. You know what? Put together your fucking videos. There's a lot of guys. There's probably a lot of people in the commentary video community that don't like me. They're not going to produce me begging for anything.
And the reality of how it all fell apart because I want to drop it, man. I talked to Clown privately. I want it to be a mature thing. They could do their own cast. I'll do my own cast. And I wanted it to be a mature thing. But like I said, I go over to Tommy's Twitter and he's talking about, I'm going to make, some type of Keemstar expose video and blah, blah, blah.
Which again, I never did.
Blah, blah. And it's like, there's nothing to expose me on. There's nothing. I haven't done anything to Tommy other than give him a career, give him money, give him fans. Dude, I went to Tommy's stream the other night and this dude donated $50 and his name's Diamond Tile. And Tommy's jumping up and down, screaming, I love you, Diamond Tile. Thank you for always donating to my stream and supporting me. Well, fucking Diamond Tile is my fan. You know what I mean?
I know that. I've talked to Diamond Tile in the freaking... I talked to Diamond Tile in my DMs. And he is your fan. And he even wrote me and said, look, I'm not going to not be a Keemstar fan. Well, I'm not telling anybody not to be a Keemstar fan or not. I'm going to watch Drama Alert. Why can't you? Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to unsub anybody. You know what it is? You're fucking jealous, you motherfucker. Even though you're a millionaire, the Diamond Tell give me $50 while you stream and do the same thing that every other streamer does on this platform and Twitch.
He's been a fan of mine for years that
And he still is. Congratulations.
Is now a fan of Tommy that's over there donating to him, and it's like,
I could show you. He could really, you know what, Diamond Tile, release your fucking DMs with me in him saying, hey, dude, I don't care if you fucking like Keem. We're still buddies.
I don't know. Like, there have been people in this YouTube game that have helped me out, like Duranker. And I'll never forget it. And I would never say anything negative towards Duranker ever.
No, don't get in a podcast with him then.
I would never do anything negative towards him. Because in this business, if someone helps you out, it's very rare. People don't just help each other out, man. Like, they just don't.
No. The first thing I did, first thing I did, I didn't do shit.
The
first thing Colossal did is help Stave out the same way those guys helped me out. Yeah, it never happens. It's rare, I'll give them that.
No one's going to fucking give you a shout out. No one's going to help you out. And if they do, cherish it, because that's not how this business fucking works. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And I don't know. I was dealing with some ungrateful motherfuckers.
Yeah, ungrateful motherfuckers. Well, guess what? Find me being ungrateful. Grateful doesn't extend to you fucking my friend over, lying about him in this video, trying to find a way to destroy his reputation as making him a backstabber. You backstabbed. That's it. So I backstabbed you back, you fucking bitch. That's right. See, you've been dealing with people that pull the fucking victim card. Oh, poor me. I don't. You do. And I'm going to keep coming at you until I fucking get sick of it, you fat bitch. It's never going to fucking end because I am just as sick as you. Here's the difference. I don't care if I get nice guy Tommy C. You can unsub if you like. I don't fucking care. I made you my bitch on that podcast, and then me and Clown told you what's what and how's it going to roll, and you're not going to censor us anymore, and you bitched out. You looked for a way to get out of it, and you did. But you couldn't just walk away, just like Leaf and Grade couldn't. You had to damage Clown. Guess what? Me being grateful, which I am, does not extend to you fucking people over. I do not have to be loyal to somebody that A, I've been told by Clown, you've been trying to get rid of me from day one, and B, stabs other people in the fucking back. That's where my loyalty ends. I'm grateful, but I'm not loyal to people that aren't loyal.
Tommy, you're a scumbag.
All right, here's what he's saying. And you're not terribly wrong. I've decided to do some exposing of my own because I never said anything about my exposed video. I was like, you know what? I'll do exposed video right now, right here on Twitter. And I said that, and this is a conversation that he came to me and Clown, and he said, Clown, you got to go to MLG events because there's so much pussy there. And Clown said something effective. He goes, but you have a girlfriend. And he said, we have an agreement. You really should get out there. And I said something to Clown like, you what a pussy, go out there. And then he told me that is basically his relationship with his wife is a fucking sham. Is an absolute sham.
Girlfriend.
Not wife. His girlfriend was a sham. And that they just stay together. They get along very well, but they have an agreement outside this. That's right. I did that. I'm a scumbag. There's no doubt about it. And you know who called me a scumbag? A guy who monetizes videos. And if some goddamn pro gamer gets cheated on or she goes with another girl, monetizes that shit and sells that and goes, oh shit, did you see that? That's who called me a scumbag. I'll fucking take your title of scumbag, sir. King of all scumbags. Guess what? I'm not going to pull the victim card. Fuck you. You want to go exposing people? Take a taste of your own medicine, bitch. Now, watch him try to conjure up tears.
Like, this is why I didn't want to work with you. You're scum, dude. You're not a good person.
Nope.
This whole thing where you're saying, well, I didn't ask Keem for a shout out.
Keemstar said I wasn't.
After I already...
I'm sorry. Keemstar said I was not a good person. I just have to pause. Okay, thanks.
I already gave you money. Just gave you money because you, as a man, all right, could not provide for your family, all right? And I don't mean to kick you for being down.
No. I was never down. Never told you that. There's not a video that said I couldn't fucking make rent. There's plenty of videos saying, look, this is a big opportunity for me, and I can keep doing it if I can show the wife's flowing, the money's flowing. And by the way, she was very patient because I didn't get a check until December. Now, I was, in September when things took off, I was able to do it, but I was able to start showing her, like, look, this. But I'll tell you something. A couple more months, she would have said, fucking, get that job at McDonald's. And I probably, if I wanted to see my children, would have had to say yes. And that's not her being a bitch, because you got to bring something.
You got to bring something to the table.
All
man,
my bills are paid. She's a fucking accountant. We live very good. This apartment I live with wasn't paid for by Keemstar. It was her. She's fucking smart. And she took my stupid ass in so I could see my daughter. I was divorced with my wife. And I needed serious support, legal support and stuff in order to see my daughter. Right? Because I wasn't getting it from the Army anymore. I left the Army. I left the fucking care of the military job because I had to quit my job to get the health care plan. And we together, we fought for my daughter, which, by the way, happy ending. I could see her every 2 weeks. That doesn't happen without her. Doesn't happen without her. All right? So she knew my situation, and she knew if I was ever going to get a job, it'd probably be a little better than minimum wage. And she's okay with that. You never paid a bill. They were already paid.
But that's some sad shit, dude. You're a grown-ass man. You don't have a job. You didn't have a job. You weren't working. You couldn't take care of your family. That's some fucked up shit, dude.
Language barrier.
That's some fucked up shit. And I felt sorry for you.
You know what? He's not 100% wrong. Nobody
felt
he's not 100% wrong, nobody felt worse about it than me that I couldn't fucking add. I was sitting there a soldier paying all the bills 2 years earlier. And, I was paying, and all of a sudden, yeah, I'm the bitch of the family. I'm taking care of the baby. I'm changing diapers. And she's going out being the man. But that's what you do in a fucking marriage. You know? So I'm not trying to play victory. That's just a fucking fact, Jack, dude. That's a fact. So when something happened on my stupid hobby that she allowed me to do, and I said, look, there could be money in this. And I could actually give. And now I'm almost making as much as her. If you take the last 2 months. And by the way, the least of it's from Baited.
That's why I helped you out, right? But now, when I helped you out because you weren't doing your man shit that you're supposed to be doing as a fucking father and as an adult, all right? Now you want to try to fucking attack my family with some bullshit?
I'm attacking you, bitch.
You want to try to make up...
You attack people's family for a fucking living. Who are you kidding?
That I'm cheating on my girlfriend?
No, that's the one thing I do regret. That saying he's cheating on his girlfriend. He told me that they had an agreement. I should have made that fucking, I should have made that abundantly clear.
Again, you don't breathe.
I don't know if he was even telling me the truth, because Keemstar talks about Keemstar all fucking day. All day. And he was basically bragging to me and Clown on how much pussy he gets. So he could have been blowing smoke up our ass, for all I know. Right? So you know what? I gave him a taste of his own medicine.
Do you understand how much of a scumbag you are?
Yes.
I helped you out. I helped your family out. And now...
You helped me out. You didn't touch my family. Dipshit. Find the video where I said, you helped my fucking family out or we would have starved. It was never going to happen.
Oh, you're mad because I'm calling you out on your bullshit and now you're trying to fucking harm my family?
Oh, God.
Do you understand?
Here come the tears. He's forcing them.
Tommy, how fucked up that is.
Yeah.
And
you know, because I'm doing it to the guy that does it to other people.
Keep on trying to change this narrative. You keep on saying the same thing over and over again.
You keep on trying to change this narrative. You're saying the same thing over and over again. Oxymoron. You can't change the narrative and say the same thing over and over again. You'd have to say something different. Yeah. Like you did. You've changed it 3 times, the Baited situation.
Tommy, you keep saying...
Conjure up those tears. Give me those tears. Give me those tears. Go on, you bitch. I fuck you. I fuck you in the ass and you know it.
No shit. I fucking talked about it on the Beta podcast.
Yeah, that's right. You did. You talked about it. And then you said you never heard about it before. But then you said, no. Oh my God. Oh my God. I meant in January. Well, you weren't friends in January. You were looking for reasons to get the fuck out. God, Clown, please release that last episode.
That was not the new information. I made a public video when this happened explaining the reason why I was upset is because Clown knew that Leafy was not my friend, that Leafy was trying to make exposed videos on me, trying to get other YouTubers to make exposed videos on me when me and Leafy were friends. This was the new information.
He wasn't friends with you.
Oh.
You were fucking fighting with him on Twitter and you asked him to do a podcast, probably to shut him up because he makes you look like such a jackass.
And
what better way to do it than put him on a Baited podcast and only upload the episodes that make you look good?
Publicly said this. So you go over there and you keep saying this and sticking with this narrative with your little...
I'm sticking with the narrative or I'm changing the narrative, you dumb motherfucker!
Microphone, all right? But go to my big motherfucking microphone that gave you a career, all right?
Wait a minute. I thought you said... I gave me a career. Did you say in the first video that I was stupid for treating this like a job? You big cuck. I cucked you out and you know it.
My Twitter and watch the video the day that the podcast ended.
I got you on the ropes. And you know it. You know it. You know it. Cry, baby. Cry.
I've helped your
cry,
family
you
out.
bitch. You didn't help my family out. Cry.
You're trying to attack mine. What I'm going to do is not talk about you ever fucking again. I'm going to keep you blocked on Twitter. And you're going to be forced to make lies.
I see that towel flying in the air.
Lied in their own video. Let me tell you something, Keemstar. You couldn't keep my name out of your mouth if my dick was in it. And most of the time, it has been for the last 2 weeks. And then you went on and did a stream where you attacked my family and all that. I said, by the way, do it. Do it. Do it. And I'll tell you something else. If I get any more dirt on you, just like you do, I'll do it journalistically, though. I'll drop it. No fucking sweat. No sweat. No problem. Done. Easy. It's no big deal. And if some of you guys in the chat think I'm a scumbag, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not exactly the most wonderful human being on earth. But I will fucking... if I'm going to fight Keemstar, I'm playing for keeps. And you know what? There will be no Nick Cash moment for me because I'm not making bullshit. There's going to be no video exposing me saying I was begging for donations. And Clown is not going to fucking back up that I was begging him for fucking shout-outs. Because none of it's true. None of it's true. You know what is true? You know what is true? Yeah, it's a low life move. You were blowing smoke up her ass, maybe, or banging girls at MLG. One of the two. I don't know which is true because you just told us, and I never really believed you anyway. You told me about fights you had and you kicked everybody's ass and then whatever. It was always about you. Always. Always about you, sir. Oh, thank you very much. Watch this 1 minute video by my buddy that I never help out. Go.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah, rapper and artist, but you know him better as the co-host of Shot from the Point Live. From the streets of Chicago to the bright lights of Las Vegas, Real Talk rocks the stage and the digital store. Hard-hitting and thought-provoking. Check out my man, Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah.
Use code CUCK.
Make sure you check out his latest release, Black Mozart.
Make sure you check out Real Talk. That fucking video, notice me, just kicks so much ass. Kicks you straight in the teeth. Straight in the teeth.
He's never going to get an uninterrupted ad, is
You know how, like, I knocked Keemstar's teeth out with my dick? That's how hard Real Talk kicks you in the teeth with Notice Me. Go check it out. How about that?
It turns out,
Use
the
code
whole
CUCK.
thing seems to be like I gave you $500. You are the new Nick Cash meme. It's $500, okay?
Again. He gave me $500, right? Whether Clown told him to do it or not, that was a nice thing to do.
Good.
It helped
nice.
me sell this shit to my wife. Because she didn't think anything is real. Most of these people know in the chat that this YouTube fandom or contact is a whole different world. You tell people about this. I tell people that I do this for a living, right? Or just started doing it. They don't believe me. They think she's still supporting me. Even though in some months I bring in more money. Which, by the way, has been 3 as of total. Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. You want to talk to Colossal's Crazy?
Yeah, let's do that. But before you do that, there are about 2,400 people in here.
Ooh.
I don't know why there's not at least 1,500 likes. Because, guys, Tommy needs food.
I need food.
The likes are
title.
going to help that. And if you get this to 1,500 likes right now, I'm going to break out one of my special hats for you guys.
There you go. Special hat from the chin. Do you have one that connects to your chin?
Well, I mean, Katie always says I should get a dildo strapped to my chin, but my chin basically is
Katie's
that,
a lesbian. A dildo on your chin is quite attractive.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get Clown in here. Here we go. All right. I'm going to ask Clown the 3 points of contention. Colossal's Crazy, are you here? Oh, where the fuck is he?
Probably calling the other one to
There
piss
he
you
is.
off.
Colossal is Crazy, the great Colossal is Crazy. Are you
Merry
here, sir?
fucking Christmas.
Merry fucking Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
This has been the best.
Look, I don't really want to talk about Bezos. I have explained multiple times that I don't want to talk about the situation. I'm done with it, to be honest. Like, I haven't even watched Keemstar's stream. I don't think I'm going to watch it.
I didn't.
Apparently, he said I was blackmailing him at some point.
Yeah.
I just deny that, to be honest. Like, it's just not true. I totally deny it. But I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to, because I know if I do, I'm just going to make big, long fucking twit longer on Twitter, explaining more, and it's just going to continue. So we're going to go around in circles. Look, I've said everything I need to say, and people could believe. Yeah, basically, it's going to become like my word against Keemstar's at the end of the day.
Okay.
And the audience will just choose to believe either me or Keemstar. And to be honest, I don't want anything to do with it. Look, I've said everything I need to say, and that's it. What I will do is clarify look, this is your fight between Keemstar.
Yes.
I do want to support you. You are my friend. But I really want to avoid this. So if you want to clarify something,
I got 3 things to clarify.
It's already made public. I will try and clarify it as long as it's already been made public.
They've all been made public. I'm not
because
putting you on the spot.
it is private information. I'm not going to clarify private information.
Here's the dirty secret. I really have nothing left on Keem. I have nothing left. That's the only thing I ever had on him. That's the truth. I don't have nothing, so I'm not going to fucking surprise you.
All the stuff's public anyway.
This stuff's public now anyway.
If you want me to back you up on something,
okay. I got 3 things. 3 things. 3 things.
If I can, yes or no.
3 things. 3 things.
Just
so good. Like as I said, there's going to be no Nick Cash moment. There's going to be no video popping up of me begging for donations. There's going to be none of that. First things first. Yeah. Did you encourage him to give me the $500, or was it from his own good free will? Yes. Okay.
I certainly encouraged him.
Did I repeatedly beg him for shout-outs on Drama Alert?
No, I don't even believe you ever asked him for a shout-out on Drama Alert. You asked him for a mention on Twitter. That's what I remember.
That's 100% true. I wanted my channel mentioned, and he came back with, "Look, we're doing baited podcasts on your channel. What the fuck?" Yeah. And I backed the fuck off because he was right.
Yeah,
he was right.
We
but
said
I will
do
keep
some
in mind,
live streams.
He did promise
some after show on your channel. So you were like, "Oh no, that's more than enough. That's fine. I don't need anything else."
Yeah, that's fine. I totally backed off. The other thing is, he had promised me before the podcast came out, and he said, "You know what? Hit me up when the podcast starts." It wasn't until like 5 or 6. It wasn't until we actually ironed out the sponsorship stuff that I asked for it. It wasn't episode 1. It's like episode 4 or 5 or whatever it was when we got started talking to sponsors. That's it. The last and final thing: did he have a conversation, either blowing smoke up our ass? Or bragging about that he had a special deal with his wife when he went to MLG.
No, I'm not confirming that. No,
you're not confirming that. Are you denying it?
I'm not going to call you a liar, but I'm not confirming that. No,
you're not going to. I'm not a liar.
Honestly, Tommy, you should never have mentioned this, whether it's true or not.
Big
I'm not
piece
confirming
of
it
shit.
either way.
I'm a big
and that was a very
person.
scumbag move. You brought family into it. I know he brought your family into it as well, but that was a scumbag move. And you shouldn't have fucking done it.
I mean, I feel horrible.
Honestly.
You know why I feel horrible? Because I did that to Killer Keemstar. At least I didn't monetize the video, right? But I want you to hear this. He didn't confirm it. He didn't deny it, you motherfuckers. I do promise this to you, Colossal. I know you talked to me offline.
You did throw me under the bus with that one. Because
I did. That was a scumbag move.
You forced me in a position to say, "Oh, Colossal can clarify this." No, I'm not going to clarify that.
I will never put you in this position again.
I don't care what problems you have with Keemstar. Yeah. It's family is off limits. It always is.
Yes, I know. But it really wasn't his family.
Two wrongs don't make a right, Tommy. You know that.
Yeah, I know. But it's okay if it's Keemstar. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Keemstar, if anyone, if it's fucking Fousey Tube.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I'd wrong Fousey Tube if I had dirt on him.
Family's off limits.
Yeah, but you
really
didn't say anything about his family.
I made that fucking skit with his parents, which ended up Fousey Tube had the serious problem with, but it was a joke, and I never said anything negative about his parents. Okay. That was the whole thing.
Do you want to take phone calls?
So look,
that's it. That's all I asked you. That's all I asked from you. That's all I asked from you. Hey, look, I freely admit it's a scumbag move, and I think you got to battle scumbag with scumbag moves. And what is the scumbag doing? Though. What is the original scumbag doing? Tommy, I did so much for you. You took beta too seriously, like a job. I gave you a career. You keep repeatedly changing the narrative and saying the same thing. He's talking straight out of his fucking ass. Wow, Jeff, you got to give me a shit ton of likes. Thank you very much. Jeff, this is how you get it done in the stream. Yeah, good job, Jeff. Thank you very much.
Regarding Tommy Keemstar helping us out. Yeah, you know,
of course he did
help us out.
No one's ever denied it.
And I am grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worrying thing is, it always seems like with Keemstar, there's always like an alternate agenda. Mm-hmm. Why can't you just do something out of the goodness of your heart? Why does there have to be an ulterior motive? Pyrocynical helped me out, my channel out, more than anyone else, like 100 times more than Keemstar has ever helped me out, you know. Do you see him holding it above me? Do you see him throwing it in my face? He hasn't done that once, you know. Why is everything a sword of Damocles with him? Why does he hold everything? I mean, this microphone that he bought us.
Yes.
You know, and that was a kind gesture, very good gesture, and I was deeply grateful for him buying me. I didn't need the microphone, but it was going to be better for beta, and I was like, I don't want to throw this gesture in his face.
Yeah.
I felt like there's one possibility that he could use this against me in the future. He'd say, "Oh, well, I helped out Clown and Game." It's the only thing I've ever accepted from Keemstar, by the way.
He asked you to send it back once. That was funny.
He's going to throw this in my face in the future. I was like, "Oh, well, I'm going to do it anyway." appreciate. I don't need the fucking money.
Yeah.
It's like a nice gesture.
Well, that's
so,
the thing.
Yeah, I accept it. It's going to better the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Why does everything always have to be? Why can't something just be a nice gesture? Here you go. I'm a friend. I'm going to help you out. This is going to improve the podcast. Great.
Yeah.
Why does everything have to have an ulterior motive? That's a part of what Keemstar does that I can't agree with.
Yeah. No, it's just like
he's constantly saying, "Oh well, I gave these guys promotion. I built their channels." Yes, you did to a certain degree, Keem. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
I am grateful for that. Why do you have to keep throwing it in both our faces all the time?
Because
it's not
because that's the
necessary.
control.
There's always an ulterior motive.
It's the control. It's the control of the podcast. He wanted Colossal is Crazy on there, and because Colossal is Crazy had the respect, he's a superior debater. But Keem can cut episodes when Colossal is Crazy makes him look bad, which he did, I think, 7 or 8 times. You cut one and asked for 2.
In fairness to Keem, now he did remove 7 episodes, but I want to say 2 to 3 of those episodes were removed, and we all agreed that they should be removed. And we had no problem with them being removed because they were not entertaining.
But I never asked for zero to be removed.
Yeah, you asked
I either
zero,
went with one side or the other. That's what I did.
Yeah, no,
I didn't really care about any of it.
You just agreed with either Keem or myself
on
whether
principle.
they should be released or not.
On principle.
But you never explicitly said, I want this episode released.
No.
I did. I did it with the Grade episode, and I finally got that pulled even after. I did it with the Leafy episode and the Grade episode. I eventually bent under the pressure because Keemstar went.
Yes, you did. And he didn't do it the second. He didn't do it the second time. So
it's not like both me and Keem didn't do that. It's just a question of numbers. Really,
I think
I take responsibility for wanting the Grade episode pulled, and I still to this day say that episode should have been pulled.
I don't know anymore. I would argue with you at one time.
It was what it was.
Yeah, I would argue with you at one time, but I don't. I didn't see the overall thing. I could defend Keemstar on principle. I saw what was going on behind the scenes, and I could I could do that, but. It became abundantly clear, and you had told me behind, and that's another thing. It's like I tried to help this guy. Well, Clowns told me he tried to get rid of me. The only way we had no pact. I didn't know about this really until towards the end, right? Actually, I didn't know this until Keemstar told me.
We had a pact before the first episode was even released because you were genuinely worried.
I was worried.
About getting kicked off.
I was worried about getting kicked off, right?
So. And it was a fair concern, which is why I said to you, look, Tommy, don't worry about it, because if Keemstar does try to kick you, he can't.
That's true. But I only was aware of that. We had a private conversation, but Keem made a joke about firing me once, which I didn't take, and then you jumped in, then I'm gone. And then I realized you were serious and he was joking around.
Keemstar was aware of it.
Yeah, and I did get the feeling back then.
Whether he forgot about it or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or whether he misunderstood and understood it as a joke, I don't know. But we definitely talked about it. It was a pact that we had before the first episode was even released.
You took me aside. You told me on this particular podcast, telling me that not to worry about it publicly. And it did help, but it didn't hurt. And it didn't. Lucky for Keem, the narrative was in his favor. Then when the narrative didn't become in his favor, he looked for ways to get rid of me. So he only helped me out. I don't know why he brought me on the podcast. I'm not 100% sure. I've always been suspicious. Me and Dave talked about it, that he was going to put me on the podcast to get rid of me. To like pay me back for telling him off on my own podcast. Because remember, he called.
To be honest, I do believe him when he said he invited you, he found you. In fairness to Keem, he was the one who first spotted you and said, "I want Tommy on this podcast."
That's true.
You generally believe him? Good, we'll have him on. But to be honest with you, I just wanted to get into an argument with DJ Killer Keemstar on a show for my own entertainment. So to be honest, I would have said yes to anyone. So
you be told we've had this conversation.
But in fairness, it was Keem's decision to have you on the podcast. I just said yes to it. So that was all on him, and that was to his credit. But he said at the time that Tommy's got a great speaking voice, very good for podcasts, very good for interviews. He's a radio guy, and he'd be perfect with this. He's good in an argument, and he's not afraid to fight back. And I was like, yeah, can't disagree with any of that. And I do believe what Keemstar said at the time, that those were his reasons for having you on. When they changed, I do feel at some point they did change. I don't know why they changed, because for pretty much every single episode, you had his back. And not just that, you had his back on Twitter and places as well, like privately on your streams, constantly defending Keemstar.
You know why?
I'm very surprised. If anything, you were loyal as a dog.
Yeah, you know why? Really? Because I was grateful.
Which is why it's such a surprise to me that he did want you on.
Because I was grateful, absolutely grateful. Here's another thing Keemstar didn't know. Keemstar did not know I was out of work when you called me, when you guys called me that day. he did not know I was out of work. He did not know I was a veteran. I told you guys. I said this to you both, and this is very, very early on. I appreciate this so much. I'm out of work. I'm an ex-vet. And then when Leafy and Grade started going over them, yeah, and that's the one fucking regret that I have. I didn't even regret fucking pretending that I was his friend. I didn't regret that. I did mislead the fans. I've admitted that. All right? But the one regret that I fucking have is, I remember, and he retweeted it, if Keemstar's such a fucking scumbag, how come he gets in a fight with a guy and then hires him for a podcast when he, or he gets in a fight with a freaking veteran and then hires him for a podcast right afterwards? He retweeted that. I lent, shamefully, this is what I'm most ashamed of, not what about talking about a true conversation that me and you had, Keem. This is what I'm most ashamed of, that I lent you veteran credibility. And all you tried to do after you took that credibility was try to get rid of me. So it wasn't from the kindness of your heart, or maybe you just didn't like me, or it's the third narrative change in a row that you never really trust me overall, whatever. Guess what? My guys fucking trust me. Anybody who's ever worked for me trusts me, and everybody knows that either somebody either backstabs my friend, whether it be Tommy Ince or Jeff Huffman, I give it to them right up their fucking ass every time. That's the truth. And you know what? There isn't a Pyrocynical or a Leafy or any goddamn Nick Cash, all the best commentators on this platform could ever show you anything different. Period. Do you want to take a phone call?
I've never seen anyone have, in fairness, I've never seen anyone have Keemstar's back quite like you did.
I did. I stand by it.
You went to bat for him many times.
Like what people were calling you a cocksucker. You're sucking Keem's dick.
And
I don't agree with that, but I have never seen anyone have his back quite like you did.
That's the way I handle everybody.
Have his back in any way, shape, and form like you did.
I
was happy to defend him on the things that I agreed he deserved defending on, but for the most part, there were a lot of things that I didn't feel he deserved defending on, so I was quite happy to argue with him over them. But you went to bat for him like crazy. Very loyal.
You know, I did an interview today.
So if he thinks you backstabbed him, that's mental.
I don't think he
thinks
it.
I don't want to talk about Baited anymore.
Okay,
I'm sick of it.
Fine.
I'm fucking sick. I just want to move forward.
Move forward. Let me take. I got to take
forward. Good terms at the moment. We're just not. I hope one day we will be again. Mm-hmm. But at the moment, we're going round in fucking circles.
That's fine.
And anymore, I realize I'm talking about Baited now, and I said I don't want to talk about it.
Let's.
So
you know what? We'll end it.
I genuinely do want to move forward. I want to get past this. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to watch this stream. I don't want to hear about. I don't want to see Twitter videos from Keemstar. I don't want to watch any fucking more of this shit. I just want to move the fuck on, get on with it, because all I know, if I see this, I'm going to see something, I'm going to dispute it, I'm going to make a tweet longer about it, I'm going to fucking complain, I'm going to whine on Twitter, and it's going to go on and on and on and on. Let's just move the fuck on.
I got you.
You and Keem could do whatever the fuck you want to do. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm done with it.
Well, tell you what, clown, go work on the podcast with Tame. I'll take this bitch to the bank.
Let's just move the fuck on.
Very, very good. I'm going to let you go because I do got to take some podcasts. The fans really want to talk about it. I think it's only fair. So I'm going to let you go and I take some fan calls. Don't watch this stream.
You, and looking forward to the new podcast that we're going to do. Check it out when the channel's created. Very soon, I should think by around January the 3rd, we should have the channel up, I reckon.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
We still haven't 100% decided on the name, but Hooked seems to be the way it's going to go. But we'll see.
Okay. Thank you very much. Clown, thank you so much, man.
Cheers, dude. I'll see you later.
All right, brother.
Very nice.
That's a friend.
There you go.
That's a friend. That's somebody.
You're not going to find a more loyal person than him.
Period. Forever. I'm going to take some of your calls because I think that's only fair, and I am exhausted. 646, you're on the air.
You don't breathe.
Hey,
you're out of breath.
I don't sleep either. 646, what do you got for us, man?
Yeah, I just got in here. What's up, man?
What do you tell me?
Clown was just on, right?
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone now. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. About the whole Keemstar thing, do you know why he's changing his mind so much? Like about, first it was Clown, now it's you. Do you think he knows that he's doing this?
Yeah.
Like on purpose?
Absolutely. As much as he knows, I'm telling the truth right now. I mean, that he knows I'm telling the truth. He's just crying and like, look. Somebody said to me, like, you cried on stream like 2 weeks ago. I cried on stream, or I really tried to shelve it when somebody told me that they were in terrible health in the hospital, using the word checking out, and wanted to tell me how much they appreciated Baited on an episode that I thought was the last time we were really going to talk about Baited for the most part. At least not as far as a topic. I did get teary-eyed. This guy fucking brings up crocodile tears to bring hate my way. And with 1 million fucking subs, right? 1 million. Because Keem's right.
Huge strength
like
in
Diamond
numbers.
Tile. His fans are my fans. There's no doubt about it. But here's the thing. I've been telling the fucking truth. And in telling people who I was and what I'm about and how I feel about politics and life and girls and everything else. Everything that I'm interested in. And it's consistent. Keem doesn't have that fucking luxury. So initially when he said I was begging for money, it was about 90-10 in my favor. This one, because it was a little more dirty on my part, was about 50-50. When he went in there to cry and to draw hate to my channel. Which here's the best part, Keemstar. I don't care. I don't care. Because in 2 weeks it goes away. And I keep doing my dumb fucking podcast. And you know what? You know what I have? I have my fucking friend Colossal's Crazy and my credibility, right? At least as far as it can take me. I'm a scumbag. But I'm no better than you, douchebag. So that's why he keeps changing his narrative, because it's really, really, really simple, buddy. He's a liar. That's it.
Okay, thanks, man. That's all.
Thank you, brother. That's it. He's a liar. That's it. There's
This
no
isn't
other
breaking news.
There is no other
This isn't-
rational.
This isn't new
explanation
stuff
for it.
here.
Yeah, none of this is new. None of this is new. He's a liar. Why did you defend him back then? He wasn't lying. He's a liar. That's the way it goes. Let's put in. This fucking weirdo.
Oh boy.
I just want to put him in because he's funny.
Okay.
Let's go for it. Zeros, you're on here.
Oh God, why do I always get in here?
Oh, it's not. You're not the guy I thought I was. I don't know because you're.
It's just every time, man. Well, one time somebody told Dave that Zoe Burger looks like a frog.
Yeah.
Dave said, well, that's one sexy frog. Somebody once called Jeff a screensaver. That's one sexy screensaver.
Thank you, Zeros. I will never put you on the show.
Thank
again.
you.
You're banned.
I'm fucking done.
I know. I thought he was somebody else. I thought he was actually somebody else, but he was quite funny. Let's check with Dragon Emperor. Dragon Emperor, are you on? Are you there? Are you there, Dragon Emperor? You got to be ready in Discord. You have to be ready.
Yeah, have your shit ready to
go.
go.
You got to be ready in Discord because Dragon Emperor, you're on here.
Oh.
Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Do you think he will eventually fuck over the new baited members? If it fits, it suits his narrative or his agenda, yes. If not, he'll keep them. Dragon Emperor, you're on
How
here.
many bridges have been burned?
Yeah,
that he's worked with.
Like, how many people have he's been friends with that he's not friends with anymore? You probably answered your own question, or at least I tried to. Dragon Emperor, you're on the air.
Hello.
What do you got for me, buddy?
Keemstar is just ridiculous.
Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
I can't believe it. Utter, complete snake.
You're preaching to the choir, buddy. You're preacher to the fucking choir.
I've just been watching this whole thing unfold, and it's just... I can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm not real surprised about it.
Look, I'm not telling anybody to go on sub Keem. You're like, I'm going to watch Keem's fucking videos. I'm going to do all this stuff. I'm not going to watch his stream and watch him cry. But if that's the case, I haven't seen it because I can't stomach it. I saw him try to force tears just 20 minutes ago. I don't think I can do it then. Dragon, thank you so much for the call, buddy. Appreciate it. Let's take one from the phone line. What do we got? 405, you're on here.
What's up, Tommy?
What's going on?
So, you remember in the Leafy episode of Baited when you asked the question, you were like, it sounds like I have to be worried about...
Leafy called me yesterday. Leafy called me yesterday, and I was thinking of exactly that. Do I have anything to be worried about? And I said to him, and I'll say this again, are you calling to fucking say I told you so? You motherfucker. Yes. No, he, yes, when I said that, I meant it because I didn't believe I had anything to be worried about as far as a screw job on this magnitude. When I really, really believe, like I said, I learned early that he didn't really like me and we weren't friends and we were business partners, right? Which I was fine with. Keemstar doesn't have to like me or pat me on the back and say good boy. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, Iraq veteran. Nobody needs to say good boy for me to come to work, okay? Can you turn me down in the background, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, turn me down, all right?
All
right.
It's the same person from yesterday with the girl.
I got you. Nobody has to say good boy to me to be your business partner. When I started to realize, and I forget what episode it was it Mark Weldon or something like that, is that when he bragged about firing Ty Blue on the podcast, because I was always a little worried if I just took it a little too far. I didn't want to really put Clown in a position to fucking, and it could end the podcast. 20% is better than 0%. So I did realize that I was definitely expendable, and then within the week after the Zoe Berger, or within like 2 weeks after the Zoe Berger episode, I got yelled at for saying thank you to Scarce. Yeah. By the way, Scarce DM'd me. I told him, here, you got a story. And here's the best part. John doesn't believe me. He thinks this whole fucking thing is a work. And I'm thinking, John, I love you, baby. But every time somebody says they're fucking homeless, you jump on it. You're telling the goddamn truth here, and you don't believe me. He was like, okay, buddy. I was like, you think Clown would lie? He's like, yeah, all right. John, come on, man. You need better.
He's hanging
perception.
out with Zoe Berger.
Yeah,
He's doing something right. Doing something right.
That's what he should have wrote back. I'm hanging out with Zoe Berger. Fuck your problem. That's what he did.
Scarce is a nice guy, though.
Yeah, but again, I don't need Keem to be my friend to be his business partner, but I realized that, and then of course Colossal said on this, not on this podcast, not today, but a couple days ago, or maybe he did say it today, that basically he was always looking to get rid of me. Always. So he didn't do me any fucking favors. He tried to get rid of me. He embarrassed Ty Blue and said that he was no good on the Baited podcast. Then begged him because he couldn't get fucking anybody to cover down for him. Right? That's the way he did. That's the way he did.
Don't burn the
because
bridges.
Ty made a mistake. And by the way, Ty, he never liked you anyway. Sorry I didn't tell you.
I like it, Ty.
Thanks for the call, 405. He never liked you anyway, Ty. Sorry. Boy, there's a lot of feedback on this episode, is there not? Yeah,
there is.
Hear it, I do. I see a lot of, probably you and your goddamn horrible microphone.
People like the hats.
Chubbs donated. Talk to Chubbs. Buy yourself a house. Thank you, Chubbs.
I'm gonna have to whore myself on this stream to get.
I actually got to talk to Chubbs privately. I was telling him this shit, and he's like, "You fucking, what are you crazy? You're ending this podcast?" I'm like, "Yes, we're ending this podcast because we're all three of us are rocket scientists."
Again, I thought it only would have lasted 2 weeks. You made it to 13. You made it to 13.
Here's
shows.
the thing. For Clown, it was about entertainment and being able to debate Keemstar. For Keemstar, it was about narrative. I'll be perfectly honest with you. The money thing gets brought up a lot. The only person it was really about money was for me. Mm-hmm. But there's a line. And if you're going to lie about Colossal's crazy, the guy that stood up to Keemstar and said, if you fire him, I go.
The most
that's where it's sticking
guy
up for him.
On YouTube, probably?
Yeah. I'm a guy, the most honorable guy that could neither confirm nor deny. All right, let's put somebody in the. There's so many people in here. Not the guy that interviewed me because I don't think that's fair. It's so difficult.
Let me see who we got.
Nah, I already just picked a random. DePoons. Dr. Poons. Dr. Poons. P.O. That's a good name. Dr. Poons, you ready, buddy? What do you got for us? Dr. Poons, I'm going to lose you, buddy. I'm sorry. Going once. Going twice. You've been pooned. All right. Chab.
There's a friendly Soviet in the Discord.
Friendly Soviet.
Hey, Tommy, what's going on?
You tell me, brother. Who's this?
My name's Chandler.
Chandler. Oh, well, you didn't have to give your real name. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I thought you were Free Chancey, to be honest with you. You
That's who I thought it was,
you from
too.
California?
No, I'm from Las Vegas, but I'm visiting my family for Christmas in Arizona.
Cool. What do you got for me, buddy?
So I just wanted to ask you, what's your opinion on Ricky Berwick really quick?
Why, what about him? I love him.
Did you hear the drama that happened between him and Keem, like, privately?
No.
Okay, so
What did he not fucking call me out or something? He got trouble for it or something?
No. I'm bringing this up because you brought up Ty Blue.
Yeah.
That episode that Ty Blue brought in Ricky Berwick,
Uh-huh.
I went into, I think it was the same day, that night, I
Uh-huh.
went into Colossal's Discord.
Yeah.
And you know who Cryotic is?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay, well, he like did stuff with PewDiePie way back in the day.
Okay.
Like 1 million subs.
No kidding.
Cryotic came into, I think it was Dirt on Colossal's.
Okay, all right. Get to the point though, buddy. I mean, I can't do it all
He
day.
said that day, Ricky and Keem got into like a Discord call or whatever.
Yeah.
And Keem just went off on him. He was like, Ricky, you're fucking annoying. You're this and that. And you're fucking like this and like, why didn't you leave me alone? Shit. Like, he was.
I got to be honest with you. Those guys are friends. And Ricky and him do this sort of act. So I think you might have fell for the act. I can't hit Keemstar for that. It more than likely was an act. Because that's what they do. Let me tell you something. With Ricky's disability, he's got a very, very thick skin. He's also a very, very funny guy. And he loves Keemstar. And I can't really continue with this call because I don't want to get between that. Not for Keemstar's sake, but for Ricky's. So I think what you heard was entertainment. I think. Okay. I don't know for a fact, but I think what you've heard is entertainment. Ricky loves Keem, and that's fine with me. I'm not trying to get between any of that. But thanks for the call, buddy. I appreciate it. Now, I can't go that route. You know what I mean? 917, you're on the air.
Am I on the air?
No.
No.
Yeah, you're on the air. Go ahead. I couldn't think of anything. What's
Damn,
up?
it was pretty hard to get on here.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Well, I just wanted to say that I think that all of the relationships Keem has with anyone are all just business relationships. I think he's incapable of having a real friendship with a real human being.
I wonder. I know Sky Williams and him love each other. I've seen. I don't know. I think it's mostly YouTube because he loves Blade. I know he loves Sky. I can honestly vouch for that. He loves Sky. He loves Blade. And I think there's other people in his personal life that he generally gets along with. I mean, you can't really say that Keem hasn't been good to Blade. So, and I don't know Blade at all. So I don't know if I want to go that far. He's certainly not. Right. He's certainly, and I think it's because he views everybody as a competitor. He's not too wonderful to folks on YouTube, with the possible exception of Sky. You know, and if I woke up one day and found out that him and God had a big falling out, would it really shock you? No, wouldn't shock me either, buddy. All right, man. Thanks for the call. I'm gonna try to fly through the calls. I appreciate it. I'm gonna start I'm going back and forth with Discord and things like that. Gala, you're on the air, Mr. Gala. And going once. Gala, you're on the air. Can't hear you, buddy. I know you're trying to talk. You asshole.
Oh, wow.
You ruined my fucking stream, you cunt. You cunt. I can't believe he went. Dude, there's like almost 200 people in this queue, and he came on just to play the Alex. I'm not even kidding you. The Alex is an N-word thing. I cannot believe that. It's amazing.
Discord is lit right now.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Well, I want to talk to the fans. 1, 2, 3. All right. Scam Nation, you're on the air.
He doesn't have his mic on. Oh my god.
Isn't it annoying?
And now he's got it.
Come on, Scam Nation. You want to talk it? Come on.
And he turns it off.
No, he turns it off. All right, we'll go back to the phone lines. Hey, 732, you're on the air, and turn me off in the background. He just removed himself from Discord. I heard it. 732, you're on the air. You fucked it all up. 718, Brooklyn, New York. Free call for you. What's up? Get Chubbs in here. I want to interview Chubbs, by the way.
Remember that episode of Baited with Leafy?
Yes.
Remember when you said to Leafy, should I be scared of him?
Yeah, I did. I addressed that in another call. Somebody beat you to it, bud.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. What I said was, I certainly meant it at the time, but Leafy said no, I didn't have anything to worry about. I did not expect a backstab of this proportion. I expected to be let go. I didn't expect to have to fucking walk away and back up my friend because Keemstar was telling him fucking lies and saying, I didn't break up Baited, those guys did because I don't respect the trust. There's no respect the trust. Keemstar sounds, I'm sorry, you know what? Here's the thing. I got in trouble for saying this before. It does remind me of an ex-girlfriend. There's no trust. There's no respect. That sounds like an ex-girlfriend to me. I'm sorry. I don't have an ex-boyfriend, so I can't say. Maybe that happens. Maybe guys do that too. But that's what it is. But so, guess what? And I tell you, Leafy called me, and I asked him if fucking he was going to rub it in my face. And he didn't.
All right, man. I'll let you go.
All right, you're the best. Brooklyn!
Hey, Chubbs is in the Discord.
I'll put Chubbs in the Discord. He's fucking wacky. I'll put Chubbs on.
Pull
Maybe
him
we'll
up.
finish
He's
up
in the
with
Discord.
Chubbs. He is fucking wacky as fuck. Hey, the other thing is, putting Chubbs in right. I'm looking for him. You know, the thing about Chubbs is, he may fucking start screaming at me all of a sudden, which is actually kind of interesting.
Well, good, because you've been screaming the whole show.
That's true. Chubbs.
So it should be fun.
Chubbs of the Chubbs YouTube channel. You're on the air.
How's it going, mate?
Yeah, man. What's going on, man? What you got?
Well, I just want to know what's happening, mate. Are you losing it on stream right now? What's happening?
I don't know. I think I'm doing okay. I got like 2,000 people in here.
I think you're doing good, mate. I think you're doing good. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you, too. Thanks you were supportive to me a couple days ago, and I do appreciate it. Do you have any opinions? Flip it. I know you're not afraid. You yelled at me before.
To say a few things about Keem.
Sure, go ahead.
Keem's always like, me and Keem used to talk, right? Me and Keem used to talk quite a lot, and then suddenly one day we just stopped talking. I don't really know why. I called him fat a few times in the old fucking in the old Skype. But he used to call me up out of the blue, and like you can ask Brad this, ask anyone who I follow. He used to call me up out of the blue and say, "Yo, do you want to stream on this this site called Stream.me? Like I'm doing like this huge giveaway for all these like the biggest streamers on Stream.me and stuff."
Okay.
And I always thought it was just a bit shady, like why the only reason he'd like go out of his way to call me was to
help you stream.
to tell me to stream and try win money.
Well, still, it's kind of like all right, we know Keemstar. Anybody, if I called you to do that, you would know it was legit because like, look, I'm gonna make money. You're gonna make money. Let's do this. But I've talked to you privately. I think that's the problem with Keem. Everything is like sort of business related. There's very few fuck off time. I've talked to him twice privately, twice. So that's like I said before. That's when I realized that we're partners, not buddies. And again, we didn't have to be buddies. It was not necessary. Exactly. But go ahead, Chubbs. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, that was all basically it, really. Like I've been a cunt to Keem like the whole time on Twitter, and he just has it out for me. That's what I wanted to say. He just has it out for me.
I think he's got it out.
Like, I think every other month unblocks me. And
I think he sees all of us as competition, and
he's got to be on top.
He's got to be on top, and he's willing to use the backstab me. You're a mean guy. And at the same time go on the offensive and try to crush people. This guy's fucked up. He's terrible. The whole Scarce episode was him and back and forth saying, "No, you're a bad guy. No, 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 it was fucking sucked."
A childish banner.
It was just like they're both horrible people. And like, what do we learn from the episode? Both guys made mistakes. But that was not Keem's goal. Keem's goal was to fuck Scarce. Fuck him up and hurt him. Wasn't fucking Scarce's fault that it wasn't Scarce's fault that Leafy and Clown shouted him out. It wasn't Scarce's fault at all. I don't know. I don't know why you can't say to your competition, you have what, 200,000 subs? I don't know why I can't say to you, we're technically competitors, I guess. Why can't I be nice to you? I don't understand.
I don't know why everyone can't dislike you.
I want to beat you. I want more subs than you. I want to fucking beat you, but I don't have to hate you to do it.
Everyone does, mate. But, you keep it low key.
Yeah. Sure. I just don't get that. I don't think Keem gets that.
Tommy, mate. We're not friends. We're not fucking friends anymore. I'm leaving, Tommy, mate. Fucking move. I'm out. Nah, I'm out.
Peace. I love you.
Peace.
All right, take care. He's fucking weird, that Chubbs. Chubbs, you don't even know how to leave the fucking Discord.
No, I forgot to leave.
Hey, I want to give Chubbs a real big shout out. He's got a great channel. It's called Chubbs, and he does what if what's your most famous video? Like what if Onision told the truth?
If Onision was honest, featuring iDubbbz in the title.
I would really like you to go sub Chubbs right now. Chubbs gets an interruption apology after 3 minutes. Jeff gets 500. Well, he's not as important as Chubbs. Come on. Let's be honest here, on Dave. All right, Chubbs, really, thanks a lot. Really, go sub Chubbs channel. He's a really great guy and really funny and talented. All right, buddy?
Have a good stream.
Peace, you too. Chubbs a little weird. He's like that. He can turn on you. He's like a rabid German shepherd. All of a sudden, he's cuddled up against your kids. Next thing you know, he hands you their leg.
I appreciate you looking out for me, Dave.
Yeah, I know. Chubbs in the chat. He's right in there in the chat. And please go sub Chubbs. I'm done. I did an hour and 40 minutes. Do you got anything to say? I got something to say. It's called Grand Slam 87. Grand Slam 87?
No, it's Grand Slam. It's Grand Slam Entertainment now. And if you want to fulfill Clown's drunken promise a week ago, get me to 1,000 subs before New Year's.
You got a week to go.
Do you really want to let Clown down?
No.
I mean, really?
Don't let Clown down. I don't agree.
1,000 subs.
1,000 subs.
Something
We get, but Keem couldn't get me 1,000 subs, right?
Or 77.
Yeah. Well, you can get more. Grand Slam 87 does fitness workouts. He's all fucking ripped up. Make sure you check him out. Pootie Pie donated $1. Here you go. You deserve it, champ. Well, thank you, Pootie Pie. I like to think that was the real. Whoa, Radiant Rabbit, $15. Beer is food, right? Yeah, for me it is. Because I'm a scumbag. And there's this great picture of like a little boy, a girl, and a woman, and they're like, need money for food. And, Keem retweeted it. And then I fucking retweeted it too and said, I drank all Keemstar's money. That's why I wasn't in the picture. All right. But Grand Slam 87, Dead on Dave Productions. Who's going to be a big part of the new Hooked podcast. I guess that's what we're going with. We're working with the name right now. And, of course, we'll talk the Metaphor Messiah. Did I forget anybody? Pootie Pie, $1. Here you go. You deserve it, champ. Thank you. That's 2 in a row. Well, I hope it's not broken or anything. And then check out Chubbs, too. It's nice for him to come on. He's a big shot YouTuber. And,
he's more important than me.
I got one last thing to say before I do this. And it came up in an interview. Like I said, I did 20,000 interviews last night just to make Keemstar's head explode. It did come up like with an interview. It was like, you did stick up for Keem sort of no matter what, and which isn't entirely true because I do think he was in the right narrative-wise at the time. And I forget who did this, and he's going to get mad at me because, like I said, I did this. It was Detective. Oh, God, I got to get his name. I'm not leaving until I get his name. He's fucking great, and everybody should sub him. I'm going to actually interview this kid. I'm going to give Detective Deckard. He's got a fucking great channel on YouTube, only like 200 or 300 subs, and his commentary is as good as the best. We're talking Leafy Pyrocynical. Detective Deckard. Not fucking joking. He did an interview with me, and go check it out right after this, okay? Detective Deckard. Chubbs, $5. I hope you come on the first... Deckard. Detective Deckard. He is absolutely the best. If he's in the chat... Type in the chat, let everybody know, right? And he said, he goes, I always thought the reason that you weren't as hard on Keem as you were in Colossal because you didn't think you could possibly lose your job. And I'd be lying if I said it. I didn't think it was in the back of my mind. But there was also something about Clown that, like, we could agree to disagree. And I think that's the difference between me and Keem. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Or we can say, like, it happens to me and Dave all the time. Like, whatever. I'm not going to try to fuck you over. Detective Deckard, please go check him out in the chat. He gave me a really great interview. A lot of guys give me an interview. I can't shout you all out, but I think I can retweet you all. So if you did an interview with me, spam. Even if you already sent it to me, I'll retweet it again. So I think that's really the difference, and that's why I didn't go probably as hard on Keem because I didn't know if I was have a job. With Clown and me could technically agree to disagree, and that's why I wanted to leave this. I don't know why, but that's what I wanted to say. Because I'm a big cuck. Hope you guys like Hooked. Hope you like Jeff Huffman, Grand Slam Entertainment. You should have just named it Jeff.
There you go. See that? Yeah, 4 tries. You finally got it right. Jesus.
Yeah, Grand Slam 87. You should have just fucking. Keemstar is the greatest YouTuber of all time. In the chat. That might be true. But at the end of the day, I still own his fucking face.
King's home, slapping 5s, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated the evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headlock.
Whatever your experiences are, the rough spots that you hit. If you didn't have a rough spot, write the good stuff. There's always a place for it. It's a time within. I play this.